Hey story readers, it's Warren and welcome back to my channel with a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated releases of 2018. And this list is definitely subject to change because it's still 2017 and obviously not all the books that are coming out have been announced yet. So this is just a small list of some of the ones that have already been confirmed that I'm really excited for this next year. But I do plan on making a video like this every 3 or 4 months and doing a seasonal releases video just as more books are being announced and we have more to talk about. The first book is Zenith by Sasha Alsberg, and this is coming out January 16th, and this book is about a group of female space pirates who are traveling across the galaxy, and they get into adventures dealing with ex-lovers and plots that can threaten the entire existence of the Milky Way galaxy. And of course, me being a big sci-fi nerd who loves space travel, I totally am behind this book. I cannot wait for it to come out. I'm definitely going to buy this and be doing a review on it. But I really like the name of it. If you guys don't actually know, the word zenith means straight up. It's when you're talking about terms of direction, zenith is directly overhead, and so I think that's kind of cool. Maybe that has something to do with the plot of the book, so we will see, but I am really excited for this release. Next book is The Hazel Wood, which comes out January 30th, and this is by Melissa Albert. This book is a dark fantasy novel about a girl named Alice who is 17 years old, and her grandmother writes really dark fairy tale stories, and one day after her grandmother has passed away, some of the stories are coming to life and they are haunting her, and it involves her grandmother's estate called the Hazel Wood. And this book is definitely one of those books that kind of comes out around this time of year. January and February is just the months where there's not really a lot of interesting things coming out, so it's usually filled with thrillers and horror stories, both in film and literature. So this book sounds interesting. It's a cool dark fantasy read. I'm excited to pick it up. Book number 3 is Restore Me by Tara Maffey, and this comes out March 6th. This is the next book in the Shatter Me series. I have not read that whole series yet, so I need to catch up before this book comes out, but I'm excited for it. I'm glad that she's still writing books for this series because I think it's been a while since the last one was published, so this is going to be really cool. I guess this just either concludes or continues the rest of the series. I need to catch up and read the rest of it. I like the name of the book and the cover design looks really cool, so I'm looking forward to this one. Book number 4 is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, and this also comes out March 6th, and this, I believe, is a retelling of The Little Mermaid. You don't really see a lot of retellings for The Little Mermaid or some other fairy tales. You mostly see retellings of Beauty and the Beast. That is the most popular one people have been writing about this year, and this is about a mermaid siren named Lyra who is cursed by her mother to become a human. I don't really know much about this book, but obviously it's a retelling of The Little Mermaid, so it's probably going to be a prince involved and breaking the magic that will allow her to become a mermaid again. Things like that sound really interesting, and I'm excited to pick this book up because this is a new twist on a classic fairy tale that is not really told very much in literature and entertainment. Book number 5 is Obsidian by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and this comes out on March 13th, and this is the third and maybe the final book in the Illuminate trilogy. I'm not sure if it's the final book or not, but I think it is, and that's another series I need to catch up on. But this series takes place on a starship, and it is written in document and found footage form, so you have lots of messages and data logs that throughout the book tell a story that has happened on this spaceship. The idea sounds really awesome, and I am excited for book 3 to come out. This series has had nothing but good reviews, and I cannot wait to get more involved in this series. And the name Obsidian sounds really awesome. It sounds like obsidian. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know. The next book is one that I am super excited for in 2018, and that is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the novella about Farah and Rhysand after the events of A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I'm really excited to see how Sarah writes these characters after a year, you know, just the different things that are going on in their lives as they're recovering from the epic drama from the past 2 books. And I'm not sure if she's planning on writing more for this series. I think she said there was going to be more in this world, but it's not going to follow my favorite characters, so I'm not really sure. This may be the last book we get that has all of the Inner Circle and Farah and Rhysand. I'm going to enjoy the heck out of this book. You know I'm going to have a vlog up about going to buy the book and then reviewing it. This book comes out on May 1st, and I'm really excited for it. I'm just glad there is another installment in this series that I love so much. I'm looking forward to it a lot. There's going to be a hype train leading up to the release of this book, doing reviews of the other books and probably a live stream about it. And moving on, number 7 on this list is Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard, and this book comes out May 15th, and I think this is the conclusion of the Red Queen series, and I have a love-hate relationship with this series because, as you all know, I did not enjoy Glass Sword at all. but I did like Red Queen. I think this series has potential, and I'm wanting to give it one more chance just to see if it gets any better, but I'm not really sure on that. The next book is Legendary by Stephanie Garber, and this is the sequel to Caravel, and this book comes out on May 29th. When Caravel concluded, it had some loose ends that were still yet to be addressed, so I think this book will address them, but the cover of this book also looks really fantastic, because this book I think follows the other sister. There are two sisters, Scarlet and Donatella, in Caravel, and while Caravel followed the story of Scarlet, this one is going to follow Donatella, so I'm excited to see if there's a difference between the two characters, if that makes the story better. I don't know yet, so I'm excited for this book, which comes out again May 29th. Next is Smoke in the Sun by Renee Ahdieh, and this is the second book in the Flame in the Mist duology, and I'm really excited for this book. This book comes out June 5th. Thought it was a very interesting retelling of Mulan. That was mainly used as a catalyst to set up the world, and now this book is going to wrap up some loose ends that were left open at the cliffhanging ending of Flame in the Mist. So I am really excited to see how this story plays out. I like the characters. Mariko and Okami are very cool. Watching them take on this imperial regime and seeing the magic involved is really interesting. I think Renee has done a really good job setting up the world of Flame in the Mist, and I can't wait to see the cover revealed. Next up is Catwoman Soulstealer, also written by Sarah J. Maas. This book comes out August 7th, and I am excited for this book, but I do have some pause about it because I didn't enjoy Wonder Woman, obviously, as you guys knew. I roasted that book in my worst reads of 2017. Wonder Woman Warbringer was just an absolute utter disappointment, so I'm not really sure how I feel about continuing the rest of this series. Batman Nightwalker doesn't look that good either, so I don't really know if I want to pick that one up, and that's also really disappointing since Batman's my favorite superhero. Catwoman is written by the Queen, Sarah J. Maas, so I trust her as an author, but I just don't know how well this series is going to be. I don't think it has very much potential, and I feel like they have watered down the superheroes into these YA novels, but since Sarah J. Maas is writing this book, I'm definitely going to give it a read and see if it's any better because I like her so much. Then, of course, Sarah J. Maas's third book coming out this year is the 7th Throne of Glass book, and I don't know if they've released a name or cover for this yet, but I am really excited for this book. This book comes out September 4th, and I'm also going to admit I'm a little bit sad because once this book ends, I think it's the conclusion of the Throne of Glass series. We don't get any more books in that series. It's over. It's going to be bittersweet. It's going to be great because it's the conclusion of one of my favorite series, but also a little bit sad because it might be the end of the books that Sarah J. Maas writes. But either way, I am really excited for this book. I am just jumping up and down inside. I'm super stoked. And the last book that I'm looking forward to is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare, and this is the third book in the Dark Artifice series, and that's part of her Shadowhunters world. This book will be released on December 4th, and that's another series that I really want to finish in 2018 because it's one that I got into but then never really continued with, so I'm hoping that I can finish reading the Mortal Instruments and then read the Infernal Devices and the Dark Artifice series because I just love the world that she set up. Contrary to some people, I actually enjoyed the TV show, and it's made me more excited to restart the series and trying to finish it. So those are my most anticipated releases of 2018 as of right now. Again, it's probably subject to change, and I'm going to be making a seasonal anticipated release video, so I'll be doing those again in the spring and summertime. But those are right now the ones that I'm looking forward to the most in this next year. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this gave you some recommendations if you're not sure what to read next year, and as always, please like and subscribe if you're new here. Social media links are in the description below. Please go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I have both of them, and I love talking to you guys outside of my YouTube video, so please feel free to follow me there. You can send me a DM or a tweet. I answer everyone, and as you know, I also have a Goodreads, so you can friend me on there. All that information is in the description below, but I just feel like saying it again because it's always great to connect with fellow bookworms. I'd love to know what books you are most excited for in 2018, so please leave me a comment down below and tell me what titles you are most looking forward to, and I will see you guys tomorrow in my final YouTube video of 2017, so please be sure to stay tuned for that video, and I'll see you soon. Bye!